Good evening, world, and welcome to another segment of the Black People News. Isn't it a glorious day? November 7th, 2012, the day after the election. I don't know about you, but as you can see from my hair, I was celebrating last night, and I couldn't stop. It kind of actually went through the morning, so I'm also working on no sleep, but the show must go on. Today's segment of the Black People News is going to focus on the top 5 things that President Barack Obama must do in order to continue to move America forward. First, he needs to sit down with that dude Mitt Romney. Like, he already said it in his acceptance speech that he wants to sit down with Romney and talk about ways that they can help, formulate a plan around job creation and getting the economy back on track. And I think he's right. I think he definitely should sit down with Governor Romney and put him on the spot. Don't let him off the hook. If he really has a plan for 12 million jobs, we need to find out what that plan is. And we need to actually send them out there, especially in those rural towns in mid-America that are struggling, where people need jobs. I don't know about really sending Romney to Brooklyn, but he definitely needs to send somebody along with Romney. Maybe Jay-Z could roll with Romney into Brooklyn, and they could figure out how to help put people back to work. But the president definitely at first needs to sit down with a guy like Mitt Romney, who I thought as the campaign went on, he really showed that at least if one thing, he was competent and he became a better candidate, even though we still don't know exactly what he was going to do if he got in office, except for repeal Obamacare. But I want to find out about these 12 million jobs. Second thing President Obama needs to do in order to continue to move us forward, he needs to go into all of these Black and Latino communities. He needs to get out there and talk to the people specifically about their issues in these communities and really make sure that he comes out with one of the most important things, helping these communities. Because after these next 4 years, if these communities aren't better off, then that's where this president may fail in his second term. I don't think so, because I think he's smarter than that, and I think that he also has the wherewithal to make sure that he goes out there and he continues to thank his supporters who actually helped put him back in office for a second term. So, Obama, get into those communities. I want to see you in Brooklyn. I want to see you in, Hyde Park. I know you were there for your acceptance speech. I want to see you, though, down in Miami. I want to see you in Watts and in Compton. Like, not just, kissing white babies. I want to see you kissing brothers and Latino babies, too, building off of the Black and Latino community thing. Third thing that the president needs to do in order to keep pushing us forward is he needs to appoint a Latino as the next head of immigration, and do it fast. If the Republicans want to have a debate on immigration, be like, yo, talk to Hector. Like, seriously, it's an issue that's important, especially and particularly to our Latino community. So please, Mr. Obama, find us a great Latino candidate out there. I know there's got to be at least one who needs a meaningful job in the cabinet. Find them, put them in office, or her, put them in office, and let them handle all of this new immigration and help to be in the middle of creating the next immigration plan, or how they want to call it, immigration reform. Fourth thing that you need to do in order to keep moving America forward, you need to come to the BPN set and do an exclusive interview with me. That way we can really get down to the real bottom line issues, and we can confront some of these things that, are laying under the surface, but the mainstream media doesn't really want to touch. I'm not afraid to touch them. So come on set with me, and we'll hang out and we'll chill, and then afterwards we'll go play some basketball. I'll bust your butt though. And the last thing, the fifth thing that the president needs to do right now, as soon as he gets in office to move this country forward, he needs to sit down with China and not just trade. They need to figure out how to make new and better kung fu movies. Because I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly got along, and they went out and kicked a whole lot of ass together. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, you got to do like Chuck Norris saying that, the world is going to be worse with Obama in office. But you find two dudes like Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker was kind of close too, but I'm sure that they could kick Chuck Norris' ass now too. So, you get together, you figure that out, and I'm sure that that will spur the economy in both countries. Because good kung fu movies, they travel. We all watch them. I remember back in the 70s, we even go to the movie theaters. They don't even put the kung fu movies in the movie theaters no more. I don't know what's going on. Ever since like that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and you don't even really see no Black people in the kung fu movies anymore either. Even though my man RZA got a new movie coming out soon, so y'all look out for that. I'm looking forward to that. Backed by Quentin Tarantino. Because if the U.S. and China could put aside their differences, whether you believe communists and capitalists can work together, I think for the greater good of the world, and then obviously with this global warming thing, as we've just seen with Hurricane Sandy, and then the follow-up nor'easter that we're hit with this week, America and China need to get together so that they can lead the world forward. And I don't think that a new Cold War or a new dissension on trade is going to really help us do anything but keep us back and put us potentially at harm's risk. So please sit down with China, get some better Kung Fu movies. We'll all be happier because we'll all be watching those movies, and we'll all be loving who butts are getting kicked, because I'm sure that they'll look a lot like Chuck Norris. So with that said, that's today's episode, Black People News. I'm Marquis Smalls, your host. Please subscribe. Thank you. Good night.